Hey there, garden lovers! Welcome back to the channel where we dig deep into everything green, growing, and gorgeous. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and drop a comment below. Because today, we're diving into something truly magical. Wildlife-friendly gardens that naturally invite bees, butterflies, and birds right to your backyard. Now, you might be wondering, why should I care about inviting wildlife into my garden? Well, think of your garden as a tiny ecosystem. When you welcome pollinators and birds, you're actually helping your plants thrive, boosting biodiversity, and creating a lively, buzzing space full of life. Plus, there's something deeply satisfying about watching a hummingbird hover by or a butterfly dance through your flowers. It's like having a little piece of the wild right outside your door. So let's start with the stars of the show, the bees. These busy little creatures are responsible for pollinating about 1/3 of the food we eat. Without them, our gardens and kitchens would look very different. To attract bees, you want to plant flowers that provide lots of nectar and pollen. Think lavender, echinacea, and sunflowers. These are like bee magnets, drawing them in with their bright colors and sweet scents. But here's a tip. Bees prefer native plants. These are plants that have evolved alongside local pollinators, so they're perfectly suited to meet their needs. When choosing plants, try to mix it up. Different species bloom at different times of the year, so having a variety ensures bees have food from early spring through late fall. Also, avoid using pesticides. These chemicals can be harmful to bees and others. Now, speaking of companion planting, did you know that planting marigolds near tomatoes can help keep pests away? It's like nature's own little pest control team. Moving on to butterflies. These fluttering beauties add so much charm and color to any garden, but attracting them requires a bit of strategy. Butterflies need two things: nectar plants for the adults and host plants where they can lay their eggs and their caterpillars can feed. For nectar, plant butterfly favorites like milkweed, zinnias, and butterfly bush. These flowers provide the sweet nectar butterflies crave. Host plants, on the other hand, are a bit more specific. For example, monarch butterflies lay their eggs exclusively on milkweed. Without it, their caterpillars won't survive. So, if you want to see those iconic orange monarchs fluttering around, milkweed is a must-have in your garden. Another cool thing about butterflies is that they love sunny spots. So make sure to plant your butterfly garden in a place that gets plenty of sunlight. And don't forget a shallow water source or a mud puddle nearby. Butterflies often sip minerals and nutrients from wet soil, which helps them stay healthy. Now, let's talk about our feathered friends. The birds not only bring life and song to your garden, but they also help control pests by feasting on insects. To attract birds, you'll want to provide food, water, shelter, and nesting spots. Think of it as creating a cozy neighborhood just for them. Native berry-producing shrubs like elderberry, serviceberry, and dogwood are fantastic for feeding birds naturally. Seed-producing plants like coneflowers and sunflowers also attract a variety of seed-eating birds. Water is essential too. A birth bath or a small pond can become a hot spot for birds to drink, bathe, and cool off. For shelter, dense shrubs and trees offer protection from predators and harsh weather. Ever notice how birds flock to thick evergreens in winter? That's their safe haven. Providing nesting boxes can encourage birds to stick around and even raise their young in your garden. Here's a fun fact. Different birds prefer different types of nesting boxes. Bluebirds like open front boxes, while wrens prefer closed ones with small entrance holes. As you can see, creating a wildlife-friendly garden is all about balance and diversity. The more variety you have in plants and features, the more inviting your garden becomes. Try to mimic natural habitats by including layers, trees, shrubs, and ground covers. This layering provides food and shelter for a wide range of creatures. Another important aspect is leaving some natural debris, like fallen leaves or dead wood. These might not look pretty, but they're vital for insects, fungi, and other critters that support your garden's health. And speaking of critters, don't be alarmed if you spot spiders or beetles. Many of them are beneficial helpers that keep your garden ecosystem in check. Now, let's chat about garden design. You don't have to sacrifice beauty for function. In fact, wildlife-friendly gardens can be stunning and thoughtfully arranged. Use winding paths, clusters of native plants, and even some wildflower patches to create a natural, inviting feel. Planting in groups rather than single plants offers better visibility and access for pollinators and birds. Also, consider the bloom times and colors to ensure there's always something flowering and attracting wildlife throughout the seasons. Don't forget about herbs. Plants like thyme, oregano, and basil not only taste great in the kitchen, but also attract pollinators with their flowers. And if you have space, a small vegetable patch can be part of your wildlife-friendly garden too. Just remember to avoid harsh chemicals and encourage beneficial insects. One of my favorite parts about wildlife gardens is the stories they tell. For example, I once planted a patch of milkweed, and within weeks, monarch caterpillars appeared, munching happily away. It's incredible to witness the full life cycle from egg to caterpillar to chrysalis to butterfly right in your own backyard. Another story comes from a viewer who said their garden became a sanctuary for hummingbirds after planting trumpet vine and bee balm. They even named their favorite little visitors. These stories remind us that gardening is about connection, connecting with nature, with wildlife, and with our own sense of wonder. So, if you're just starting out, don't feel overwhelmed. Start small. Maybe a container with bee-friendly flowers, or a bird feeder near your window. Watch how the wildlife responds and let that inspire you to grow your garden over time. One common question I get is, how do I keep my garden looking tidy if I'm letting things grow wild for wildlife? Great question. The answer is balance. You can have neat paths, trimmed edges, and intentional planting zones while still leaving some areas wild and natural. It's about embracing a little imperfection, because nature itself isn't perfectly manicured. Another tip is to learn about your local ecosystem. Find out which native plants and animals are common in your area. This knowledge will guide your planting choices and help you create a truly harmonious garden. You can check with local gardening clubs, extension services, or native plant societies for recommendations. Also, consider adding features like a log pile or rock garden. These provide shelter for insects, amphibians, and small mammals, adding even more life to your space. And don't forget night visitors. Moths, bats, and owls are important parts of the garden ecosystem too. Planting night-blooming flowers and installing bat boxes can support them. One fun project is to create a pollinator hotel, a small structure filled with tubes and holes where solitary bees can nest safely. Building one is a great way to get kids or friends involved and learn more about these fascinating creatures. Remember, patience is key. Gardens take time to grow and attract wildlife, but every little effort counts and adds up to a thriving, lively space. So, to recap, focus on native plants, provide food and water, create shelter, avoid pesticides, and embrace diversity. By doing this, you're not just growing a garden, you're growing a vibrant ecosystem full of life and beauty. Imagine stepping outside to see bees buzzing, butterflies fluttering, and birds singing, all because you created the perfect inviting environment. Plus, you're helping the planet by supporting pollinators and wildlife that are vital to our food systems and natural world. If you're inspired to start your own wildlife-friendly garden, I'd love to hear about your plans in the comments. What plants are you excited to try? Do you have any favorite pollinators or birds you want to attract? And if you already got a wildlife garden going, share your stories and tips so we can all learn from each other. Don't forget to like this video if you found these tips helpful and subscribe for more gardening inspiration every week. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update, and share this video with friends who love nature and gardening. Thanks so much for spending time with me today. Remember, gardening is a journey, not a race. Enjoy every moment and every visitor that comes your way. See you in the next video. Happy gardening, and keep making your outdoor space a welcoming home for bees, butterflies, birds, and all the wonderful wildlife around us.